Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike again, and I want to talk to you about pricing your business. So, scary statistic, and I'm not sure where this comes from, but anecdotally, it does tend to prove out. Less than 20% of the businesses that go to market sell. And why is that? Well, it's a variety of reasons in terms of, is it overpriced? Does it have bad books and records? But if you get down to the root of it, it's that the seller doesn't understand how you sell and what it's going to take to get a business sold. So let's talk about pricing the business right. So my CEO, Andy, has this phrase that he says that deals start to stink like fish the longer they're on the table. So I've been to Fulton's Fish Market out in Seattle, and it's the place where they're throwing the salmon to the fishmongers and they sit on ice. But I've had deals sit on the market and people start to wonder why. Now, just as sometimes sellers are ignorant of the process, buyers are ignorant of the process as well, and they assume that if a business has been on the market, that there's something wrong with it. Well, that's not necessarily true either. A business can be on the market for a long period of time due to external factors like presidential elections, interest rate hikes, fear, overpricing. So the one thing that sellers can do is properly price their business. Because when you overprice your business, a seller is always afraid of leaving money on the table. First thing, the question they ask is, what's my business worth? Invariably, they're usually disappointed because they've gotten their details from Shark Tank, or they've heard something from their accountant who gave them a multiple based upon EBITDA, and they think EBITDA is the same thing as cash flow. And when you come in as the broker is going to execute, you have to overcome all that confusion. And frankly, it's the first time you've met the person. They're probably not going to trust you because you haven't proven yourself, and they think you're just a salesman trying to get a commission check. So that's what these videos are about. They're really intended to educate sellers about the reality of selling businesses and what's involved. But if you're a seller and there's one thing you can do to properly sell your business and to get it done, it's incredibly important to properly price the business and to adjust the price within the first 90 days, depending upon what the reaction of the market is. So in Florida, a business broker who's a member of the trade association, the Business Brokers of Florida, can show you as a seller comps. Somewhere in this YouTube channel, there's multiple links, and I'll link to this video right about here, a video showing comps, so you can look at what I'm talking about. Your broker should be able to pull the comps and price the business according to what has historically happened. And that data is real. That's not stuff your friends talk to you about at a bar. That's not what someone told you their business sold for. This is what things actually got done for. And the hard fact is, it doesn't matter what you need. It doesn't matter what you want. What matters is the marketplace. And the marketplace decides. You spend your entire life building a business, you pour your blood, sweat, and tear into a business, and you have to exit at a certain point, and you think it's not enough to justify what you put into it. But the consequence of not pricing it correctly is a better than 80% chance it's not going to sell. When you overprice, you send a message to the market. You send a message to people like me that you're not serious, or that you're not educated, or that you're not prepared to sell. And you send a message to the consumers that you're not ready. Sometimes they walk away because you're overpriced. And then when you adjust down, that buyer who could have bought your business has bought something else. Jimmy Parker, one of my colleagues in another firm, has a discussion now. He calls this the buyer wave, that buyers come in and then buyers come out of the market. They buy stuff or they walk away from stuff depending upon the variables and where the business sits in the marketplace in terms of price. So the right buyer could have come in and you could have been overpriced, and you two don't meet in the middle. And then they go out. And by the time you adjust, they're over you. Pulling a buyer and a seller together is about connecting at the right point at the right time. It's very much about synchronicity. So price your business correctly, have your broker show you the comps, and be realistic. Because if you don't, you overplay your hand. If you have questions, want to know what your value is, I do that for free. I'll show you the comps for free. You should do it every year, and you should have a dialogue with your accountant and your broker at the same time about how to drive value and make your business worth more. 321-287-0349. Have a good one.